Welcome back to Happy Place Cooking. Today I'm going to be making donuts. I'm going to be making donuts in the air fryer. These are supposed to be pretty simple to make, and they're supposed to be absolutely delicious. And I am excited to make these. Let's get started. I have about 3/4 cup of granulated sugar, and I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon to that. And I'm not going to be using this right away, but this way I can get some things out of my workspace. I have got 1/4 cup of butter melted. And to that, I will be adding a teaspoon of vanilla. And I'll just kind of stir that up. Mix that up a little bit. Probably a little cinnamon in there too now, but that's okay. I'm using 1 can of buttermilk jumbo biscuits. I'm not using the flaky. I don't think the flaky would work very well. Just gonna separate these out, and you could use some parchment or something if you need to. If your biscuit dough is a little too warm, they might stick. So if you need to do something like that, you can. Mine is pretty cold, so I think it's going to be all right. I'm going to take this. This is a lid off of a avocado spray oil. I'm just going to use that to cut my holes for my donuts. Just like that. And I'm going to save the centers because those are going to be donut holes. If you have a 1-inch, oh, there it come out. If you have a 1-inch pastry cutter, you could use that instead, like a little cookie cutter, 1-inch round. Mine was 2-inch, and that was going to be too much of the biscuit, so this was the closest thing I had, and I'm probably going to hang on to it because I have a feeling I'm going to want to make these air fried donuts again. So I'm probably just going to put that in my little cooking tool drawer and hang on to it. Now I'm going to preheat both sides, 375 for about 3 minutes. And then I'll be right back. Okay, now that I'm preheated, I do have to spray these. And I'm going to put probably 3 in each one. I do believe 3 will fit. Don't want them to be touching and cooked together. And I'm going to cook these at 375 for 5 minutes. About halfway through, I'm going to check them and flip them over. They are done when they're nice and brown and puffy. Okay, I have got 3 of these completely done. They actually ended up going for about 6 minutes. The other 3 on the other side, for some reason, evidently my air fryer is not the same on both sides because they are not browning like these browned. That's fine. I'm going to leave them in for a couple more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and finish these up. So I'm going to brush these all around with the butter. That is the melted butter with vanilla. And I'm going to stir up my cinnamon and sugar. Mix that up nice and good. And then I'm just going to take my donut and coat it with the cinnamon and sugar. And that looks really yummy, and that looks just like something you would find in a bakery. Now, I'm going to finish up the other 3 that I originally put in. I'm going to put the last 2 that I have in, and the donut holes are supposed to be about 3 minutes. I'm going to finish all these up. I'm going to do the same thing with every one of them. I'm going to coat them with butter and cinnamon and sugar. I'll plate everything up when it's all done so you can see how they all turned out. And I'll show you that right now.